Sarasota, Florida, or Lakewood Ranch? Downtown condo life or suburban golf course country club lifestyle? So many people are debating these two options between Sarasota and Lakewood Ranch. Now today we are going to talk about the differences and why so many people are trying to decide between the two. If you are researching life along the Florida Gulf Coast, you might have heard of Sarasota and are very familiar with our coastline, our water, our beaches. And then you soon discover that there's so many other areas to explore, such as the #1 master plan community in the US, which is Lakewood Ranch. Lakewood Ranch is filled with neighborhoods. Many of them are gated. Some have golf courses, lots of amenities, lots of activities and things to do. So deciding between the convenience in the heart of Sarasota with all of our condos and water, or a little bit more country club lifestyle is a big choice. Today we are going to dive into both of these because I have so many clients that are trying to decide which is best. I always suggest looking at both because you don't really know sometimes until you see it and experience it. Before we get started, if we have not met, I'm Lisa McBride with Sarasota Neighborhood Experts. My team and I love helping so many of you buy, sell, invest here in the area. So give me a call today. Or if you'd like more information about relocation or neighborhoods, we have some links in the description box below to click on and you'll get lots of information. Now, as I work with so many people that are debating downtown Sarasota versus Lakewood Ranch, there are 7 key factors that we are going to talk about today. First of all, we're going to talk about the size of the residence because that's a big difference between condo and single family. We're going to talk about outdoor life, such as your lanais, balconies, what your yard is going to look like. We're also going to talk about that ongoing pesky thing called HOA fees, because we all know that we have them here in Florida. We're also going to talk about walkability and traffic, because these are 2 key factors. We're going to talk about all the activities in both cities. And finally, we're going to talk about cost, because no matter what your budget is or what amount you want to spend, there is a big difference between living in the heart of a city versus the suburbs of the city. So let's get started here in downtown Sarasota, which is filled with condo buildings. We have condo buildings that were developed in the early 70s and 80s that are right along Gulfstream Boulevard, and they have beautiful views along the intercoastal. There's buildings such as Embassy House, Essex House, One Watergate that have been around for decades, and they're standing and they're beautiful. And then we have brand new buildings such as The View. We have Beso, we have multiple Ritz-Carlton buildings, and One Park is the latest building to start selling. So we have lots of new condo buildings as well downtown. Now, one key difference is the size of the units that you're going to be looking at, because condos are normally 2 bedrooms, 2 baths. They were built more for convenience than they are for size. Now, of course, we can find 3 and 4 bedroom condos, but they are more rare. So there's a big difference between the size of these condos and the size of residents in Lakewood Ranch. For instance, most of these condos are going to be between 1,500 and 1,800 square feet, where the size of single family homes in Lakewood Ranch are going to be between 1,600 square feet and maybe 2,600 square feet and up from there. So when you're comparing size, you're going to get a little bit more size in residence in Lakewood Ranch. So now let's compare the outside space. With condos downtown, most of the new buildings are going to have some really nice balconies and unobstructed views. Now the older buildings are very limited in the balcony space, and some of them that do have balconies, they may be enclosed or screened, so you really don't have that outdoor space. As opposed to Lakewood Ranch, where we have lanais, you can have your own private pool, you have some space around you, and a lot of people like having just a little bit more room to roam, so to speak. So there's a big difference between the outdoor living space as well as the indoor living space. All right, we're gonna move on to HOA fees, because as I said earlier, everyone in Florida, or most of us in Florida, are paying some sort of HOA fee. If you're looking to be downtown, the average HOA fee for the condo buildings are going to start about $1,000 a month. Now, we know that HOA fees in the last 3 years have really increased, partially because we have a lot more safety guidelines in place. And of course, that is extremely important because we want everyone to be safe. However, that's coming at a cost. And for the HOA fees with condos, do keep in mind, that's gonna cover everything with the building. If the building needs a new roof, it's covered under your HOA. If it needs to be painted, or the lobby needs to be updated, or the pools or tennis courts or any of the amenities that you have, it's all covered under your HOA fee. So that's good to know that you pay that one fee and everything is covered. So as I said, the HOA fees start with condos downtown at about $1,000 a month and can go up to $4,000 to $5,000 a month for some of our new luxury buildings. But they will have state-of-the-art amenities. And if you're looking for luxury, they have them and it's worth that expense. So now, Lakewood Ranch neighborhoods that have lots of amenities, such as Azario by Esplanade, or Del Webb's, which is our 55 plus communities, or Wild Blue, well, the HOAs there, they're gonna range between $600 a month up to $950 a month, because these neighborhoods are filled with activities, activities directors, and so much to keep you busy. So as you can see, there is quite a variable between downtown HOA fees and Lakewood Ranch HOA fees. Next, we need to talk about traffic and walkability. As you can see, we're downtown today, and the traffic downtown is going to be a little bit different than the traffic at Lakewood Ranch. Downtown Sarasota is the heart of Sarasota, and it is vibrant and wonderful, and there's coffee shops and restaurants and so much to do. And if you live downtown, you can step right out of your front door and have a coffee in 5 minutes, or you can take a long walk around the bayfront, and there's so much to see downtown. However, we also sometimes have to fight traffic. Now, you may never have to get in your car to get to theater, shopping, anything like that when you live downtown, but the noise of the traffic and the constant traffic is definitely going to be something that you will experience living downtown. And although Lakewood Ranch has grown exponentially and we have more and more residents with cars, the traffic in Lakewood Ranch is not quite the same. Driving down Lorraine Road or State Road 70 is not quite the same as driving downtown Sarasota. So there is a big difference. Do keep in mind, when you are in Lakewood Ranch though, you do have to get in your car to go get a cup of coffee. You do have to get in your car to go get your groceries. You have to get in your car to do just about everything. So there is a big difference between the walkability and drivability and traffic with both of these locations. So what's the difference in lifestyle, amenities, things to do between downtown and Lakewood Ranch? Well, actually, at this point, they're becoming more and more similar. It used to be that downtown Sarasota was home to our festivals, our art fairs, our activities, live music. Today, Lakewood Ranch is home to just as many activities and amenities as downtown. For instance, we recently had a blues festival. We have ranch nights on Wednesday night in downtown Waterside. We have First Fridays in downtown Lakewood Ranch. And we have our own set of art fairs and seafood festivals and so much to do in Lakewood Ranch. So really, if you're comparing activity, nightlife, events, they're pretty equal between downtown Sarasota and Lakewood Ranch. All right, we talked about size, outdoor space, amenities, but let's get down to cost, because everything comes down to dollars and cents. So the average price to buy a condo downtown Sarasota currently is $1.7 million. And for that $1.7 million, you're gonna get about 1,800 square foot condo, which is a decent sized condo. And you're paying for that lifestyle. Now, keep in mind, this is the average cost, so you can find condos less expensive, but most of them are gonna start at $1 million. At that price point, the average cost is about $862 per square foot. So that's a pretty hefty price for a price per square foot. In Lakewood Ranch, the average cost of single family homes are about $919,000, and you're gonna get 2,200 square feet for that, which equates to about $412 a square foot. So as you can see, there's a big difference. And then you add your HOA fee, that is a very significant difference. Now, I love Sarasota very much. I love downtown Sarasota, but being 12, 13 miles to the coastline for a lot of my clients, they're telling me that the cost outweighs the distance. And so that is why Lakewood Ranch is growing so exponentially. But what do you think? Would the cost impact your decision? Are you someone that loves the vibrancy of downtown life? Let me know. I'd love to hear your comments below. If I can be of any help, be sure to give me a call today. Let's discuss which option is best for you. And as always, I really appreciate you watching, and until next time, take care.